Number 1. White USB port. In 1996, the white USB port introduced a concept that permanently altered personal computing: universal hardware compatibility. Prior to its release, connecting hardware to a PC required a chaotic assortment of distinct, oversized interfaces. Printers relied on massive parallel ports, computer mice used serial connectors, and keyboards required dedicated DIN ports. The back panel of a desktop computer was an unorganized puzzle of proprietary standards. The white USB port was engineered as a single, unified interface capable of replacing every peripheral connection on the market. These original white ports operated on the USB 1.0 and 1.1 specifications. By modern standards, their performance was severely limited. They operated at a maximum transfer rate of 1.5 megabits per second, translating to a theoretical throughput of roughly 0.187 megabytes per second. In terms of power delivery, they supplied just enough current to pass basic control signals to simple input hardware. Moving a single high-resolution image through a white port could take several seconds, while transferring a standard 700 megabyte audio CD's worth of files would require well over an hour. However, in 1996, these speed limitations were irrelevant. Consumers did not move large media files across external storage drives. Software, games, and music were accessed directly through internal hard drives or optical discs. The white port was designed specifically for low-bandwidth devices like basic mice, keyboards, and early digital cameras. While white ports vanished from modern motherboards decades ago, the underlying USB 1.1 protocol remains alive today. Low-cost microcontrollers, budget car stereos, and basic digital audio players still utilize USB 1.1 hardware because playing an MP3 file off a flash drive requires negligible data bandwidth. Manufacturing these legacy chips costs pennies, making them the most economical choice for simple electronics.
Number 2. Black USB port. The release of the black USB port in the year 2000 marked the arrival of USB 2.0, a standard that dominated consumer technology for nearly 2 decades. The black plastic insert signaled a massive leap forward in processing capability, boosting theoretical transfer speeds to 480 megabits per second. It is critical to distinguish between megabits and megabytes in this context. Dividing 480 megabits by 8 yields a theoretical maximum of 60 megabytes per second. In real-world conditions, protocol overhead and hardware bottlenecks reduce actual throughput to roughly 35 to 40 megabytes per second. Beyond bandwidth limitations, black USB 2.0 ports operate under a structural architectural constraint. They are half-duplex. Inside a black port, there are only 4 physical copper pins, 2 for power and ground, and 2 for data. Because there is only one dedicated path for data transmission, a black USB port can only send data or receive data at any given moment. It cannot perform both tasks simultaneously. If a user attempts to read a file from an external drive while simultaneously writing another file to it, the port must constantly alternate between the two operations, causing file transfer speeds to collapse. Power delivery in black ports is similarly constrained, supplying a maximum of 2.5 watts, 5 volts at 500 milliamps. While 2.5 watts is more than enough to power an optical mouse, a mechanical keyboard, or a desktop webcam without external batteries, it is severely inadequate for modern smart devices. Plugging a smartphone into a black USB 2.0 port results in extremely slow charging speeds. If the smartphone display is active while plugged in, the device may actually drain battery power faster than the port can supply it. Despite these performance drawbacks, black ports are still actively included on brand new computer motherboards. They are inexpensive to produce, virtually indestructible, and perfectly suited for low-speed peripherals that do not require high bandwidth throughput.
Number 3. Blue USB port. By 2008, the arrival of high-definition video files, solid-state drives, and large digital media libraries rendered USB 2.0 a major system bottleneck. To solve this, the blue USB port was introduced alongside the USB 3.0 specification. Because the external rectangular shape of the connector remained identical to older ports, manufacturers deliberately colored the plastic internal insert bright blue. This visual cue allowed users to immediately identify high-speed connections without needing to consult technical documentation. The performance bump provided by blue ports was massive. Theoretical speeds jumped from 480 megabits per second up to 5 gigabits per second, a 10-fold increase that translates to approximately 625 megabytes per second on paper and roughly 300 to 400 megabytes per second in real-world applications. A 4-gigabyte video file that required minutes to transfer on a black port could move across a blue port in under 10 seconds. This dramatic speed increase was achieved by adding physical hardware. While black ports contain only 4 pins, blue ports ports contain 9 physical pins. The 4 legacy pins sit near the front of the connector to ensure backward compatibility with older devices, while 5 additional high-speed pins are hidden deeper inside the port housing. Crucially, these extra pins transformed the architecture from half-duplex to full-duplex. Blue ports can transmit and receive data at the exact same time without signal interference or queuing delays. Power delivery was also upgraded to 4.5 watts, 5 volts at 900 milliamps, providing enough electrical current to spin up external mechanical hard drives without requiring a secondary power cable. Number 4. Teal light blue USB ports. In 2013, the light blue or teal USB port was introduced to push data transfer limits even further. Operating on updated controller architecture, teal ports doubled the speed of standard blue ports, achieving a transfer rate of 10 gigabits per second. This translates to roughly 1.2 gigabytes per second of theoretical bandwidth. At 10 gigabits per second, the physical USB interface ceases to be the primary system bottleneck. Instead, transfer speeds become limited by the write speeds of the connected flash media or the quality of the cable being used. Teal ports were specifically designed to handle high-demand hardware, such as high bitrate video capture cards, uncompressed multi-channel audio interfaces, and high-performance external NVMe solid-state drives. Number 5. Red USB ports. While white, black, blue, and teal ports communicate data transfer speeds, red USB ports completely abandon data speed as their primary designator. The red color code is dedicated entirely to power delivery. Specifically, a red USB port is an always-on or sleep-and-charge port. On standard desktop and laptop motherboards, turning off the computer cuts electrical power to the USB controllers. A red port bypasses this restriction. It remains connected to the system's power supply or battery circuit even when the host computer is fully powered down or placed into a sleep state. This transforms the computer into an active charging station for smartphones, wireless earbuds, smartwatches, or portable power banks overnight. Red ports began appearing around 2017, primarily on gaming laptops, motherboard back panels, and custom-built PC cases. However, their data transfer speeds are inconsistent. A red port might operate on legacy USB 2.0 protocols at 480 megabits per second, or it might run on high-speed 10 gigabit controllers. The red plastic insert guarantees continuous power delivery, but reveals nothing about data performance. Number 6. Yellow USB port. Yellow USB ports function identically to red port. They are engineered to provide continuous, always-on electrical power while the host computer is turned off or hibernated. The primary difference between red and yellow port comes down to target audience and brand identity rather than underlying electrical specifications. While motherboard manufacturers place red ports on gaming-focused hardware, enterprise computer brands such as Lenovo on their ThinkPad series utilize yellow ports on corporate laptops and workstations. In terms of data throughput, yellow ports typically run on 5 GB USB 3.0 architectures, though this is not a strict industry requirement. The decision to use yellow versus red is entirely determined by the design preferences of individual computer manufacturers. Number 7. Orange USB ports. Unlike blue or black ports, there is no official industry-wide specification governing the use of orange USB ports. As a result, the presence of an orange port means different things depending on the specific equipment manufacturer. In consumer desktop and laptop computers, some brands use orange ports to designate high amperage, fast charging capabilities. On industrial computing hardware, orange plastic inserts are frequently used to identify physical locking connectors, specialized ports designed to mechanically retain cables so they cannot be accidentally pulled out in high vibration environments. On certain specialized machines, orange ports denote diagnostic or system service ports intended strictly for IT technicians running low-level hardware. Plugging standard consumer electronics into these service ports can result in unrecognized device errors or complete failure to communicate. Number 8. Green USB ports. Green USB ports generally fall into one of two categories: corporate visual branding or legacy computer hardware. On modern computers, green ports are primarily aesthetic. Gaming peripheral manufacturers like Razer frequently color code their USB inserts neon green solely to align with their corporate logo and visual style. The green plastic provides no standardized technical information regarding speed or power state. Historically, however, green connectors on older personal computers were not USB ports at all. They were round PS2 auxiliary ports designed specifically for connecting a computer mouse. On those legacy systems, green designated the mouse port, while purple designated the keyboard port.